So Davante Adams is headed back to the West Coast. It was reported he wanted to return to the West Coast. He has a lot of family out there. Plus, to play for the Niners, Chargers, or the Rams. Pretty good teams right now, so I don't really blame him. And he is heading to the LA Rams with a pretty rich contract, in my opinion. It's a 2-year, 46 mil contract that includes 26 mil guaranteed. And I'm happy that Davante isn't going to follow wherever Aaron Rodgers goes. We still have yet to find out where he's going to play in the 2025 season or if he's going to play at all. A lot of people are saying the Giants, some people are saying the Seahawks right now. We'll have to stay tuned, but regardless, I'm glad he's not following him, and I'm glad he's going down his own path, because I just feel like we've seen enough from those two this past year. And granted, even though it wasn't the most pretty product to watch when they were together a year ago, they still put up pretty good numbers, even though Aaron Rodgers obviously did force feed Davante a lot. So I can't really talk too much crap about them two, but it is what it is. Now, I love this move for the Rams. A pretty big upgrade over Cooper Kupp, in my opinion. Cooper Kupp was essentially a shell of himself a year ago, besides like a few games. And for all the Rams fans calling Davante Adams old or washed, just didn't really watch him play a year ago. Sure, he's not a top 5 wide receiver anymore, but I still think he's in the top 15 range, and the Rams think so too. They gave him a pretty rich deal, and I love this move a lot, man. So as of right now, you have Puka, you have Davante Adams, Kyren, Tyler Higbee, and Matt Stafford. That's a pretty elite offense, man. That is a pretty elite offense. I mean, seriously, like Davante Adams and Puka Nacua, that's maybe the best receiving duo in the league right now, if they're healthy. And if Matt Stafford could stay healthy, they could put up monster numbers. So if you're a Rams fan, you gotta be pretty psyched right now. And I'm sure Matt Stafford is really excited to get back out there and hopefully make a deeper playoff run in 2025, because honestly, they were a play away from beating the Eagles on the road in that snow game. So this team is close. This team is really close. And if they could have another excellent draft this year and improve that defense, improve that O-line even more, who knows, maybe they could beat the Eagles in 2025 and make another Super Bowl appearance. I could definitely foresee it, absolutely. So Rams fans, Davante Adams fans, talk to me. Do you like this move? Do you not like this move? Let me know in the comments below. So that is the first wide receiver, big-time wide receiver off the free agent board. And I like that signing a lot. Next is Chris Godwin. There are reports that the Buccaneers are currently trying to strike a last-minute deal for him to stay in Tampa Bay. Now, if hypothetically they don't get a deal done, man, whoever gets him is getting an elite receiver, in my opinion. Of course, he just needs to stay healthy, but when he's on the field, man, electric player. So if hypothetically he goes to New England, the Chargers, or wherever else, they're getting a great player. So I'm really excited to see how that saga sort of plays out. And probably by the time you're watching this video right now, he could already be signed. So we'll have to see. Stephon Diggs is definitely the other biggest name that's a free agent that we have to keep an eye on. I don't think he's going to go back to Houston since Houston acquired Christian Kirk. I'm curious to see what sort of deal he will command in the open market. And I'm curious to see what his behavior will be like with his new team. I'm very captivated to see if he'll be on his best behavior in year one with whatever team he ends up on. And yeah, man, those are the top 3 free agent wide receiver dogs: Chris Godwin, Davante Adams, Stephon Diggs. And besides those three guys, you have Amari Cooper, Darius Slayton, Tyler Lockett, Keenan Allen, Josh Palmer, DeAndre Hopkins, Elijah Moore, Dwame Brown, Deontay Johnson, Mike Will, Demarcus Robinson, and Brandon Cooks. Out of the names I just mentioned, I would really be only interested in Keenan Allen, maybe DeAndre Hopkins, maybe Josh Palmer. I really don't think Amari Cooper has much left in the tank. I know getting traded in the midway point of the season could be kind of difficult to adjust to the playbook and whatnot. So I feel like the way he played and the impact he had on Buffalo isn't a true fair assessment. But at the same time, he really didn't have much of an impact with Josh Allen, who is the reigning MVP of the league. So not really a good look in my opinion. So that's why I'm kind of low on Amari Cooper's stock right now. Now Keenan Allen, I still think he has a couple good years left. Sure, is he the type of player that he once was 5-6 years ago? Absolutely not. I don't think he could be that consistent guy to where he's getting 100 yards every single Sunday, but every other game I could see him going off. Apparently he wants to stay in Chicago or go back home to the Chargers. So if he goes back to the Chargers, I wouldn't hate that. If he stays in Chicago, I also wouldn't hate that. But I still think he's got something left. Josh Palmer can be an explosive player to a certain extent. So a decent wide receiver 3. And Hopkins, man, in the regular season when the Chiefs acquired him, it looked like him and Mahomes were just going to go off. But in the postseason, they just couldn't get it together. And, still great hands, great catch radius, but as a wide receiver, as a complete wide receiver that can create separation and be consistent, I just don't think he's that guy anymore. He's probably in that top 40 range right now, honestly. So who knows? Maybe he'll end up in Kansas City. The Chiefs actually just re-signed Hollywood Brown. Hopefully he can stay healthy for a full year. When he did get back on the field with Pat Mahomes, he looked pretty good. They had a pretty good connection. But out of all the wide receivers that are available on the market, who would you prefer your team to sign? If any of them, let me know in the comments below. And yeah, man, should be a fun free agent period. Give me your predictions on where you think these guys are going to go. If you made this far, please subscribe and like the video. It'd help out your boy a ton. That's all I got for right now. Peace.
The Jets come out for the next possession, having reached the end zone on each of their 2 previous drives.
Yeah, it's been good stuff to watch, no doubt. The offensive side, the offensive coordinator is right in tune with the quarterback to call exactly the plays that need to be called because of the situations, and the quarterback has been hot throwing the football.
First and 10, to the ground. Taken down at the 45.
Always good to have these types of runs. Hey, it's not a first down, but it sends a message. It shows everybody that you can run it when you want to, and also it opens up so many other things for your offense. That's just not a good call on the offensive side. When it's second and short, they think, let's just pick up the first down, and the defense was ready. You got to have better play calling than that.
The Jets now facing third down. A week ago, they were up to the challenge in these spots. Third down and 3. And the catch by Alfred Morris. And they advance the ball onto the other side of the field.
You can do all you want on the defensive side. You can give a lot of looks, but it's just too easy for the quarterbacks and receivers to throw and catch.
They're back at the line after that catch for a first down. This goes incomplete as he was looking over the middle.
got to try to avoid this as a quarterback. Don't throw off that back foot unless you have to. When you do, there's just no way you're going to be as good if you had good balance. That time the throw's off the mark.
Amaro's got it on a pass that had some heat. The Jets want to get their tight end involved early, and they have. Amaro's been a big target, and he's making some big plays.
Oh, he is making some big plays. And any time when you have a tight end good, and just remember this, he is the closest receiver to the quarterback.
Jets in for the score.